Interfaces and classes in Apache POI Excel. Here you can see classes and interfaces in Apache POI. Apache POI contains a list of different Java interfaces and classes for reading XLS and XLSX format files. Here the workbook. The term workbook represents Microsoft Excel file. It is a super interface of the HSSF workbook and XSSF workbook classes and presents in the org.apache.poi.ss.user model package. It is used to create and maintain the spreadsheet. The workbook may contain many sheets. HSSF workbook and XSSF workbook implement workbook interface. Sheet. A sheet is a super interface of the HSSF sheet and XSSF sheet classes and present in the org.apache.poi.ss.user model package. It creates a high-level or low-level spreadsheets with a specific name. A spreadsheet is a page in a Microsoft Excel file that contains the number of rows and columns and is defined with a specific name. Columns and rows are identified with alphabets and numbers respectively. The most common type of spreadsheet is a worksheet that represent a grid of cells. HSSF sheet and XSSF sheet classes implement sheet interface. Row. A row represents a collection of cells. It is a super interface of the HSSF row and XSSF row classes and represent in the org.apache.poi.ss.user model package. It is used to represent a row in a spreadsheet. HSS row and XSSF row classes implement the row interface. Cell. A cell represents a collection of columns in the spreadsheet. When we enter data into a spreadsheet, data is always stored in a cell. A cell is identified by a level of rows and columns. It is a super interface of all the classes which represent a cell in a row of a spreadsheet. HSSF cell and XSSF cell classes implement the cell interface. Types of cells. A cell type represents that a cell may contain strings, numeric values or formulas. A string cell cannot hold numeric values and a numeric cell cannot hold string values. If we consider syntax, string cell value is x, for example, XSSF cell dot cell underscore type underscore string. Numeric cell value XSSF cell dot cell underscore type underscore numeric. Boolean cell value, for example, XSSF cell dot cell underscore type underscore boolean. Error cell value XSSF cell dot cell underscore type underscore error. Blank cell value XSSF cell dot cell underscore type underscore blank. With the XSSF workbook. Now we are considering classes in Apache POI. XSSF workbook stands for XML spreadsheet format. It is a class representation of XLS X file that is used to read and write XLSX file format of the MS Excel file. It is compatible with MS Office version 2007 or later. It is represented in the org.apache.poi.xssf. User model package and implements workbook interface. HSSF workbook stands for horrible spreadsheet format. It is a class representation of XLS file that is used to read and write XLS file format of MS Excel file. It is compatible with MS Office 97 to 2003 version. It is present in the org.apache.poi.hssf.user model package and implements the workbook interface. XSSF sheet. XSSF sheet is a class representing a sheet in a XLS file format, which is used to create XLS spreadsheet from the workbook. It is under org.apache.poi.xssf.user model package. HSSF sheet. HSSF sheet is a class representing a sheet in an XLS file format, which is used to create an Excel spreadsheet from the workbook. It is represented in the org.apache.poi.hssf.user model package. XSSF row. XSSF row is a class that represents in org.apache.poi.xssf.user model package and implements row interface. It is used to create rows in a spreadsheet of Excel SX file. HSSF row is a class which is represent in org.apache.poi.xssf.user model package and implements row interface. It is used to create rows in the spreadsheet of XLS file. XSSF cell. XSSF cell is a class that is represent in org.apache.poi.xssf.user model package and implements cell interface. It is used to create a cell in a row of spreadsheet of XLS X file. It has the cell file, and HSSF cell is a class which represent in org.apache.poi.xssf.user model package and implements cell interface. It is used to create a cell in a row of spreadsheet of XLS file. Here interface workbook, high level representation of Excel workbook. It is this is the first object most users will construct whether they are reading or writing a workbook. It is also a top level object for creating new sheets, etc. This is class HSSF workbook. Interface sheet, high level representation of Excel worksheet. Interface class HSSF sheet, high level representation of a worksheet. Class XSSF sheet, high level representation of a spreadsheet ML worksheet. Interface row, high level representation of a row of a spreadsheet. Class HSSF row, high level representation of a row of a spreadsheet. Only rows that have cells should be added to the sheet. HSSF row, high level representation of a row of a spreadsheet. Interface cell, high level representation of a cell in a row of a spreadsheet. Class HSSF cell, high level representation of a cell in a row of a spreadsheet. Cells cells can be numeric, formula based or string based text. Cell type specified this. String cells cannot contain numbers and numeric cells cannot contain single strings, at least according to our model. Client apps should do the conversions themselves. Formula cells have the formula string as well as the formula result, which can be numeric or string. XSSF cell, high level representation of a cell in a row of a spreadsheet. Here you can see the interfaces here, XLS classes here and XLSX classes here. HSSF workbook and XSSF workbooks are connected to the workbook. HSSF sheet and HXSSF sheets are connected to sheet, and SSSF row and XSSF row are connected to row. HSSF cell and XSSF cell are connected to cell. Now this is the end of my presentation. Thank you very much for watching it.